I mean, I was here in the last couple of days that Alabama was still very much after Perry Thompson. There was a little anxiety even on Monday and Tuesday. So that one, there was still some rumblings there, and I think something to it. But yeah, monster get for Auburn. I mean, if you talk about Auburn flipping a 5-star from Mobile from Alabama, that doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. And so for Hugh Freeze to do that in year one is a big deal. For it to happen at a position of need, like the receiver position is for Auburn, is an even bigger deal. So that one and Cam Coleman, obviously Cam Coleman is a position of need as well. Arguably the best player in the country. I mean, you could make the case that he's the best player. He's number 4 in the On3 consensus ranking. So I mean, you could make the case for Cam as well. But those two guys at a position that was sorely lacking for playmakers are just monster additions. And Central Phoenix City won too. That's right there near to Auburn, but Auburn has got nobody from there lately. So you're talking about not just positions of need and phenomenal players, but they both come from places that Auburn has really struggled to land players over the years.
Is it the receiving group? Is that going to be the takeaway today for Hugh Freeze and Auburn? Is there another position group that you think Auburn fans will be talking about this time next year after a season of these guys being on campus?
I think, yeah, probably. I think the receiver position is probably what you're going to be talking about because you've got Perry, you've got Cam. You still got Bryce Kane, who's a 4-star who hasn't signed yet but should. You've got Malcolm Simmons. You got 4 in-state players that are all 4-star or better, 2 that are 5-stars. And then you got Ryan Williams out there who is committed to Alabama, but Auburn is doing everything they possibly can to get him. He was in Auburn the last weekend before the dead period with Perry Thompson, with Cam Coleman. So they're trying really hard for that. So the receiver position is probably going to certainly get the most attention because it was a position of need and Auburn's crushing it and getting some talented players. We'll see how the defensive line position shakes out. They're still after L.J. McCray, who was supposed to sign this morning but delayed that. Auburn's in there with Florida, maybe Florida State, and then as well Amaris Williams, who's a Florida commit from North Carolina, who I think Auburn's got a great shot to flip. He's an edge player. And so I think the defensive line could be one that you talk about as making an impact. But yeah, receiver's going to get all the attention and rightly so. You've got a bunch of guys there that are going to make impacts day one, especially when you look at the roster, look at the players leaving in the portal. There's opportunity galore for these guys, and I think every one of them is probably going to make an impact day one, especially Cam and Perry.